Three, two.
And good evening, and welcome again to the pre Thaddeus Matthews show. Um, this evening at 7 o'clock, I'm doing a show that is going to upset many of you who call yourselves Christians. I no longer call myself a Christian or a Christian. That does not mean that I don't believe in God. Oh, I believe in him. I believe in him and all of his awesomeness. But I don't believe in a lot of the bullshit that goes along with this thing that we call Christianity. I'm looking at what all is going on in this country, and especially with people of color. And I am disheartened at the Christian. Tonight at 7, I'm going to do a show. And I'm going to also do Zoom on the show at 7 to allow those who want to come in the discussion at 7 and you show yourself. Then we're going to have a conversation. I want to talk about this evening. It's time to get off your knees. Stop praying and stand up. I really want to talk about this. I want to talk about all the years that black folk have spent on their knees praying to God, waiting on the Lord to come, singing songs about Jesus will fix it after a while. That's just like singing, we shall overcome someday. This thing, we're going to talk about this thing called Christianity. It's time for us to stop praying. Damn, preacher. Yeah. I look at the Breonna Taylor situation. And I'm looking even now at a situation that took place in Memphis yesterday that has not made national news. A young teenage boy, 17 years of age, was shot yesterday by U.S. Marshals looking for a dangerous, violent fugitive. So they come to the corner of Elvis Presley, and I can't think of the name of the side street right now because I want to. Alcid on yesterday evening. They surround the car with a young black man in it. Naturally, they're all in unmarked vehicles. The young man rammed several cars trying to get away, and he's shot. But it ends up that the young man that they shot was not the individual that they were looking for. And anyone that knows his mother, Shantae Holiday, have her to contact me because I want to do the interview that white folk don't do. And I'm saying a typical nigga question here by somebody here. Why was he running away then? You in the city right now, let me say this. This young boy was in a stolen vehicle that the U.S. Marshals knew nothing about, who has a history, according to what I read with his mother, from his mother, that said he has a history of stolen cars, has stealing cars, has an ankle bracelet on. But in Memphis, Tennessee, that I live here in the city. I'm a black man that is very well known in this city. But if I am surrounded by vehicles with persons jumping out with guns, the fuck it, I ain't gonna try to get away. Okay? The question becomes, was there even probable cause for the U.S. Marshals to surround him at the service station? Remember, they got a warrant for a violent fugitive. That wasn't him. Well, brother, that's you. I'm getting out, putting my hands up, but to each their own. That's right. In certain situations, I do. But if you see, let me tell you, in this city, when I'm riding around in this city, and especially at night, I never drive even with a car. I run a light before I get even at night with a car at the red light. If I'm the first car coming up in my lane, I do not pull up next to any vehicle. I don't do that. You have to be careful. See, you got to drive while black. You got to walk while black. I forget the name of the city that the police beat a man for 6 minutes for walking down the wrong side of the street. And the sad part about it is that the Christian and the religious organizations ain't saying a damn thing. I got a friend of mine that's a pastor here, and he's having this summit to reconcile with white folk. I just made a post on his page. Okay. And because he made a post just a minute ago, just while on there, and I put my answer to it. He says, the playing field has been leveled, but you can't even see it because you're looking backwards. And my question was, when did it happen? When did the the field get leveled? But we're also talking about Pastor, and he's my friend. But I'm gonna tell it like it is. I don't give a fuck who it is. Because don't nobody take care of Thaddeus but Thaddeus. But you're looking at a black pastor in the city of Memphis who says that the largest white church in the whole South gave them a multi-million-dollar piece of property. Gave them a multi-million-dollar piece of property. So, and he's getting ready to have a reconciliation meeting at his church. Now, naturally, I don't get to come to none of them meetings. They don't put me on them counters. Because, see, my question becomes reconcile, reconcile, reconcile. Then what did you tell me reconcile mean?
To make up.
She got 3 degrees, so hers ain't gonna be like my little simple.
That was simple.
What's simple? What,
to make up.
To make up. So reconcile means to make up with somebody. Like I cut you out all the time. And we reconcile. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. And wait a minute. What am I reconciling with the white man for? That becomes my issue. What am I reconciling with the white man for? The black man has done nothing to reconcile for. Now let me say this. And Pastor Floyd is my friend. But I'm going to call it as I see it. White man can't give me too much. You can give me some money when you buy some advertising from me. I don't want you to give me no new house. I don't want you to give me no new church building. I don't even want you to give me no new car. Because he who comes bearing gifts looks for something in return. If a man keeps on giving a woman gifts, giving her flowers, getting some new weave in her head, getting her nails done, paying her light bill, buying her groceries, at some point, you have to give up some ass. Nobody gives you nothing without wanting something in return. So I know I ain't invited. They gonna put me on. I'd love to be on that panel. Oh, I would love. I was on a panel at the church about a year ago, but that was a little safe. Forum. There's something about crime in the community. That's safe for me to be on. But you don't want me on the same stage with the white people. Because see, my question becomes, what do I have to reconcile to your ass life? So I asked him, he said the playing field has been leveled, but you can't even see it because you're looking backwards. So I asked, when did that happen? He responds to me, now. Bullshit. Then he goes on and says, the battle is won or lost before you get on the field. The real battle is in the mind. Then he comes back, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but spiritual witnesses. The usual preacher bullshit. It's bullshit. You want me to understand, you want to give me what Paul said. We wrestle not against flesh. That's good. But you also want me to understand this from Paul, the same man who told me to obey my master. Submit myself to my master as I submit myself to God. I'm supposed to treat my slave owner, my slave master, as I treat my God. Bullshit, Paul. Paul can kiss my ass and call it sweet. No, I'm sorry, and this is not anything against Pastor Paul. We've disagreed on many things, but I'm not going to sit up and reconcile with my oppressor, Mr. White Man. I'm sorry you kicked my ass. I'm sorry you hooked me. I'm sorry you took my culture from me. I'm sorry that you gave me your bullshit ass doctrine and religion. I'm sorry for the years of slavery that you had. Look, let me apologize to you, Mr. White Man, for 400 years, over 400 years now of slavery. Do you think I can get on the panel?
Mm-mm.
Huh?
No, sir.
You think the white people would be upset? Somebody said we have to obey the Bible, though. No, I obey God. I see. Do I agree with everything that is in the Bible? No. No. I'll be the first one to tell you. No. I used to, when my mind was in that box of mental slavery, believe everything that the Bible says. These were men. And in fact, when you look at Paul, these are letters that Paul was writing to the various churches. Ain't no way I'm going to say that, Paul, you're right when you tell me to obey my master. You're a motherfucking liar. I can look that white man in his eye, and I do business with white folk. But the white folk that I do business with understand I ain't no punk. They understand I don't kiss white folk ass. I don't listen to the nigger jokes. I'm going to respect you. You're going to respect me. You're going to give me my money. But I will not bow down to any white man. And what has happened is that the white man understands that we are a people that can be bought. Many of your religious leaders, many of your black politicians, they play the role of being black. But a white man has placed his stamp of approval on that nigga. Look at that nigga on his forehead. Get close to that nigga. You'll see where it's stamped on his head. Good nigga. Too many in our community have the good nigga seal of approval. You give a fuck about what the white man thinks about you, what the white man says about you. In Wisconsin last night, white boy, 17 years old, thinks that it's all right to shoot black folk at a protest. See, y'all want to think racism is dead. What you said, and the cops fed him afterwards. I don't give a damn who it was that got shot. He had no business shooting. He shot white folk that were at the protest. Isn't it strange how we try to find reasons to justify what white folk do to us? You Negroes, you get upset when something is said that is true against a white man. Oh, no. Don't talk about the white man like that. That's the reason I'm having to create my own TV channel. Because I ain't put a nigga like me on national TV. CNN will never call me. And I don't take scripts. I don't take instructions on what I need to goddamn say. I am too fluent. I am too articulate. I can talk bad about your ass and don't even call you a motherfucker. But a motherfucker may slip out on the TV. Ignorant motherfuckers. You racist motherfuckers. And then I saw that sweet looking son of Herschel Walker make the statement that blacks are more racist than whites. First of all, a black man cannot be a racist. Look up the definition of the word racist. Look it up. He who has power over another race of people. Black folk can't be no racist. We never had no power over white folk. We can be prejudiced, but you can't be a racist. If the white man's terminology and definitions are correct. But I'm inviting you at 7 to join me. I'm planning on going from 7 to 8 because the building is still hot. I guess I can stop. I'm going to put a link to Zoom where you'll be able to come on my show and share with us your feelings. We don't even have a black leader. Why we need somebody to lead us? We can't think for ourselves. I don't listen but to one leader nowhere. I don't listen to Al Sharpton. Show them talk to that weak ass Jesse Jackson. I give homage only to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I'm getting a news report that the 17-year-old shot by the U.S. Marshals at the Memphis gas station has been arrested and charged. Let me see what he's been charged with. The 17-year-old who was shot by a U.S. Marshal was arrested and charged, according to the TBI, that's the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. He arrested and charged with committing criminal actions. Criminal actions? What criminal actions? That led to an officer-involved shooting at a Mapco gas station. The TV station has reported learned that the man shot by U.S. Marshals was not the man they were looking for. The U.S. Marshals spotted the man they shot in a car connected to a fugitive murder suspect. The man was taken to the hospital in non-critical condition. According to the TBI, Marshals were trying to arrest a murder suspect after finding a vehicle that matched the description of a car believed to be the wanted suspect's car. When officers tried to surround the suspect's car, the driver, later identified as a young man who was not the fugitive, reportedly tried to flee by backing up and ramming nearby vehicles several times, including those belonging to officers and at least one civilian. TBI said after the driver rammed agents, a marshal shot him. They said the man ran away from the gas station but was arrested across the street from the scene. Okay, he didn't run far. TBI found that the car the man was in was reported stolen. While processing the scene of the shooting on Tuesday evening, TBI agents located a loaded handgun in the vehicle and learned the vehicle had been reported as stolen in Germantown on Monday. Agents further developed information identifying the teen as an individual responsible for the vehicle theft. After the teen was released from the hospital, he was arrested. He was charged with 6 counts of aggravated assault, 1 count of unlawful possession of a firearm, one count of theft, and one count of vandalism. I can go with the auto theft charges. I can go with the possession of a firearm. But I still want to understand, still want to understand. Don't they have pictures and things of the people that they're looking for? And if this vehicle was stolen Sunday in um, Germantown, were the marshals that quickly to get involved? But I would love for the mother, Shantae Holiday, to get in touch with me. I'd love to interview you by way of Zoom, and let's have a conversation about this. Okay? 7 o'clock is the time. Okay. 7 o'clock. It's time to get up off your knees. Faith without works is dead. I'm going to put my Zoom will be up on my page, on my Facebook page, which is, what is it, Sudette?
Sweater, sweater.
Yeah, it's my name, my first name spelled backwards, and my last name spelled backwards. So just come. It'll be on Dale's page. It'll be on the Thaddeus A. Matthews page. What's my other page?
Naked Truth.
Naked Truth page. Naked Truth. The church page. It will be there as well. As I talk about, it's time to get up off your knees. It will give you the opportunity to come and give you on the show as well. Do not try coming in. If you don't want yourself to be seen, if you want to weak coward ass niggas, then don't come on. Don't come on, because I will not allow you on to be present if you're not bold enough to be seen. But there are some things that's going on in America that we need to be a part of. And I'm going to also tell you what we need to do. See, the white man has conditioned you to march and protest and burn your own shit up. But we're going to talk about shutting down America. And I'm going to give you the formula that black folk can shut down America. How do you shut down America? By keeping your dogs. You don't attend no NBA games, no NFL games, no college games. You ask all of those who believe in justice, all those football players and basketball players walk off the field. Stop shopping with the white man. Don't buy his cars right now. Get that old hoopty you got, fix it up. We must stop just being the entertainment with to the white man. Somebody said you never had a bad run-in with the cops. Not really. Not really. Because I'm so well known in Memphis. The only, I guess, really serious I guess I could call it serious. It's probably, it's been over 10 years ago. I had one of them young folk Impalas, and I got stopped because I was living at the time. I was married at the time, bless the Lord, and I lived in a nice neighborhood. There'd been a lot of burglaries in the area, and there was a sheriff's department detail that was working the area. And I was coming out, and I ran the stop sign. I did one of them slow downs where you don't come to a complete stop. And this group of sheriffs, plain clothes, plain car, pulled me over. I know the procedure. The procedure is when I get stopped, both hands are on the steering wheel. Okay. All four of the windows are down. When the police walk up to the car, my hand is hit. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna stay down. I'm gonna stay down, sir. Do I support the blocks? I don't know who blocks or not. No, I do not support all black people. And that's it. If that's what you're asking. No, all black folk I don't. You motherfuckers that's robbing, stealing, and killing, I think your motherfucking asses need to go to jail. Fuck you. I'm talking about decent thinking folk. But they asked me to get out. Ran my tags. I was only on radio, so this has got to be over 10 years ago. But I had a connection with the sheriff, the white sheriff at the time. They said, "Stan, can we search your car?" No, sir. Not without a search warrant. And then nothing in there. What did I do, sir? I put the sir behind me. You ran the red light. So I said, "You want to search my car because I ran a red light? My license is good. My tags are good. What's your name?" Give me my ID. I knew it wasn't no warrants on me. Because hell, I checks myself at least once a week. And while he was there, I picked up my cell phone. And I had the sheriff's name was Mark Loveful at the time. And I called the sheriff directly on the cell phone. And I told him what was going on. Somebody said, "You should support blacks no matter what." I'm not saying take up them when they are wrong. But it is as blacks did do too much. So we should stand together, especially you being black. No, sir. I don't stand on everything black folks do. You're a motherfucking fool. No, sir. I don't stand. I stand on those things I believe are right. And you niggas are fucked up. But anyway, I called the sheriff. I said, Sheriff, I ain't looking for no special treatment. But I'm here, what was that? Out in the East Memphis area. Uh, and I said, I got about 8 white guys out here. All of them got their machine guns and shit. And I would not allow them to search my car without warrant. This, he said, Thaddeus, okay. He called his assistant, whose name was Steve Schuler. Steve handled this. Steve contacted a dispatch, and they contacted whoever was the officer in charge on the scene. And I saw whoever it was on radio look up at me, nod his head. Then I became Mr. Matthews. Mr. Matthews, we're sorry, da 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 da. Da. I see that you live in this area, da 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 da. Da. I said, but the power got you there. Yeah, yeah. Mr. Matthews, you're free to go. I don't usually have problems with police. Not to say that it won't happen. Okay? Not to say. Michigan Mitch, if that's all you got to say on my page, man, I'm taking you off right now. See, don't come to me with stupid shit on my page. That gets you stupid shit on my page gets you out. And I went on. That's the closest I've had. And let me even tell you something. I've been stopped more than once. And you want me to tell you the truth? I've had more confrontational conversation with black police officers than I have with white. And that's the truth. I had a black officer tell me once, you think you somebody because you're on TV. I said, yeah, I do. I really do. And I guess he wasn't looking for me to say that. I said, well, sir, if there's a problem with me, if you want to give me a ticket, I'm going to sign the ticket. Always sign the ticket. And always understand, if you don't sign the ticket, you can be arrested if you don't sign the ticket. Okay? Yeah. I said, if you got a problem, and I knew what precinct he was riding from, I said, well, just call your major. Okay? Call your major. And this guy was a major then. He later became the colonel of that precinct. And when he became a colonel, his name was Sanders. So I could always, I think our church's chicken. Kentucky Fried Chicken. I said, man, call Colonel Sanders. If you got a problem with me, call Colonel Sanders. Uh, in fact, sir, if you don't have his personal cell phone number, let me give it to you. Do you need the police director's personal cell number? Man, D1 shot, man, get off my page with that bullshit. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm not supporting black folk because of all we go through. I'm going to only support the things that are right, things that I believe in. Have I been to jail? Yes. On several occasions. Do I stay long? No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Do I resist? No. Let's take this ride. I'll be out now. How long did I say the last time I went to jail?
Just about a couple of hours.
Yeah, that was including the ride downtown.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the head of the line. I've worked hard to have some influence. I paid enough dues in this town to be able to make a phone call or two. Mr. Jacobs, you 2 weeks late, man. Stay on what I'm talking about. I don't know why you motherfuckers want to talk about everything but what I'm talking about. Bouncy Barber, we don't bring K. Michelle up on my show. Okay? That will get you permanently put off my show. I don't deal with that ignorant bitch. K. Michelle could not get me arrested. She tried. And the police laughed at her. Did that?
Yes.
K. Michelle thought that she was a star and that she could go to the police station and have the police pick me up. We had a confrontation downtown in a restaurant because we don't care about half the shit you talking about. That John Boy did it. Get your bitch ass off and go see your man and have dinner. What you done? um, mm-mm, fuck that bitch. And the police, they called me and told me that Kate Michelle here and she trying to get you arrested. I said, fuck that little an arrested hoe. The bitch should actually pay for a motherfucking meal. For that punk she was with. So, no. Do I use my influence? Yes. Only when I have to. I paid the dues in this town. I've been on the air in this city 40 years. I've been a part of movements. Okay? I've been a part of movements. I've stood up and fought for black folk. And I stood up for white folk when white folk were right. But everything. I don't know what that www is, so I'm taking you off my page. You don't advertise and promote on my page, so you don't. Okay. Anytime I went to jail, it was because of something I did, or they said I did. So, man, please don't bring up bounce that one more time with your ass don't. I don't deal with Andrew Howard. Okay? Quit asking me motherfucking questions. Yeah, Harris, if I fought too loud, they'll arrest me. I've been arrested. Okay? So I'm not ashamed of that. But I got bond money. When they came after me real hard in 2012, they came at me real hard. I have, and I'm gonna tell this something to go, so I can get ready for the next show. In 2012, the I had been able to get information. I had a source inside the Memphis Police Department, and I was giving out so much information on shit that they were doing that they was having special call meetings. This is calling me from Canton, Mississippi. Come from a poor family. Somebody wants to be a goddamn comedian. Um, ooh, I had given out all of their undercover police officers cell phone numbers. They had a map with everybody's numbers and who they work for. And I got that, I put it out there. It's public information. And I knew the law. And I was able to tell them what was being said in all these meetings. I let the community in on this vehicle that the police had at that time. Probably still got it. It was called the Enterprise. You're going to lead people to hell at your church. Oh man, fuck you. You's a dumb motherfucker for being on my goddamn page. Okay? You's a dumb motherfucker for being on my page. If I'm leading people to hell, then you a dumb motherfucker. But motherfucker, I want your ignorant ass to know you living in hell. You one of them bullshit ass niggas that go to somebody's church and they done filled your head with that bullshit that you totally believe in. And your ass saying, I'm leading folks to hell for doing what? Tell them the truth, tell them facts, and suck my out of the real deep part of my ass. Kiss my ass to shit push you back, motherfucker. Fuck you. Now, as I was saying, they came at me. The previous district attorney that come at me, they even sent some agents to the radio station that I was on. That they came at you're gonna have to start giving out all of that information. No. We gonna arrest you. No, you ain't. Why? Why? I said, well, first of all, if you were going to arrest me, you came with a warrant for my arrest. And you gotta know I ain't scared. I said, first of all, are you familiar with the Shield law? The Shield law? Yeah, the Shield law. I'm a journalist. I said, I got credentials. I said, I'm a journalist. Look, when Obama came to Memphis, I became a member of the press corps. I get information from the White House every morning. Every morning. Every morning. I get information. I said, so under the Tennessee Shield law, I'm a journalist. I don't have to reveal my sources to anybody. No crime has been committed. So let me tell you what they did to me. There was a post that had been on Facebook for months of a little girl on Facebook that was sucking a man's dick. Little girl was probably about 4 or 5 years old. Somebody contacted me. Yes. Mm-mm. Um, Sometimes I have to look at these out of town numbers because sometimes it'd be some money. What was I saying, dude?
About the little girl.
All right, D shooter, you gone, man. Get a lab at your mama's house. Little girl was 4 or 5 years old. So somebody called me and said that this was a child in Memphis. Now, mind you, that I had just saved 2 children that were about to go into the child, what you call child trafficking, sex trafficking. And I had worked with the police and saved two young girls. So I put the picture up on my Facebook page. And the post was, does anyone know who this man happens to be that is molesting these children? Assalamu alaikum to you too, my brother. Do you know? Well, as soon as that picture went up on Facebook, As soon as it went, I get a call. Guy's name was Ken Joe. He was the general manager at that time of Channel 13, Fox 13. He called me. He said, "Man, what you gonna do?" I said, "What?" He said, "I'm just leaving a press conference with the police department, and it's all about you and the picture you put up on Facebook." Well, I get a call from detectives. Yeah, this is November of 2012. I just went on TV for the first time, for the first station that tried to do it. And Mr. Matthews, we need you to come down to the station. This sergeant, somebody, da, 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 da. I said, okay. I knew I was going to go to jail. The tone in the air said, "You're going to go to jail." And I said, okay. I'll be down there in about an hour. Well, what I noticed where my office was at that time, there was a strange car on the lot. And what they had did was send a undercover police officer, female officer, to park on the property to see if I was going to go to the police station. So when I walked out, I spotted the car. I walked over to the officer and I said, "Baby, you ain't got to come. I'm going down." So I went on down. I went on down to the station. We got his ass now. They told me about it was illegal for me to post a picture. I said, "Man, you know I was just trying to save the child. It's still illegal." I said, okay. They charged me that night with exploitation, sexual exploitation of a minor, aggravated sexual exploitation of a minor, especially aggravated. Okay. They gave me 3 charges and a $250,000 bond. I said, okay. I said, "Now y'all know this bullshit, right?" They handcuffed me and took me downstairs. Within 30 minutes, every TV station in Memphis, I was a lead story on every news station across the state of Tennessee, not just Memphis. I said, well, what can I do? I'm sitting down there, and they then took me down there where the rest of the criminals were. And they playing the news. I was on the news. And you gotta hurry up because y'all time about to run out. Your bond, Mr. Matthews, $250,000. What the white folk thought that I couldn't get out of jail, that I didn't have the 25% of 10% to get out of jail. You're gonna have $25,000 cash to get out of jail. I said, can I get on the phone? All I need is the phone. I called my daughter, Dominique, who knew where her daddy's money was kept. I said, baby, I know you've seen the news. Daddy, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Get me $25,000 out of my money. Go on down to the bonding company and take care of it. Then call this person right here, whose name I would not give out. Oh, y'all ain't got 2 minutes. Anyway, I got out of jail. I got out of jail. I went through 2 years of fighting it. My lawyer cost damn near $100,000. But at the end, they had to drop the charges because they couldn't get me to plead for something I did not do. So they had to get me on something. So what they ended up doing was charging me with tampering with evidence. Now I could fault that or spend another $100,000. Because I went and got that same lawyer that the white girl got that killed her white husband. They made the movie about Steve Faris. I got to go get somebody to handle these white people. But I got out. Charges got dropped. So I understand what happens to the black man in America. Yeah, they gave me a bullshit charge of tampering with evidence and probation. Fuck it. Okay. All right. 7 o'clock, y'all join me. Ain't but a little while. Yeah. But any black man that stands up for what is right in this country, you become a target. Join me at 7 o'clock at Cussing Pastor TV.com. You gotta have your $9.95 paid. You need to get your subscription. Okay. I got to go. Join me. Y'all time's up. Y'all got about 10 seconds. I'm the baddest man to do what I do. My name is Thaddeus Matthews. I'll see you at 7. I guess I'll save this.